Intel Core Ultra 7-65K 20-thread CPU is faster than Ryzen 9 9900X 24-thread CPU in benchmark leak. Intel Core Ultra 7-65K Arrow Lake CPU beats AMD Ryzen 9 9900X Gen 5 in multi-threaded benchmark despite having lower threads. The Intel Core Ultra 7-65K Arrow Lake CPU has seen various leaks such as CPU Z, IDA64, V-Ray and Geekbench. Now the CPU has been tested once again in the Geekbench 6 benchmark and shows slightly better performance, which is to be expected as we get closer to the launch and see results of final silicon with close to detail optimization and BIOS patches. The Intel Core Ultra 7-65KF will be the second fastest Arrow Lake CPU within the Core Ultra 200K desktop lineup. The chip will feature 20 core, 20 thread, a base clock of 3.9 GHz and boost clock up to 5.5 GHz. It will also carry 33 MB of L3 cache and feature a 125 Watt PL1 TDP. Recent reports suggest that the chip will ship with 177 Watt default PL2 and 250 Watt performance PL2 modes, which users will be able to set manually. And if you can see here, the processor score 3186 in single-threaded performance and in multi-threaded it scored 19799. The latest benchmark was carried out on MSI Pro Z890 PY5 motherboard using the balanced power plan, and the chip can be seen running at up to 5.5 GHz clock speeds, which is also its peak boost clock. The platform features 32 GB of DDR5 memory, though the exact clock rating and timing are not reported. In terms of performance, the CPU scored 3186 points in single core and 19,799 points in the multi-core tests. The single core score is the tad bit slower than the previous entry, which broke 3200 points, but the multi-core score sees a nice improvement and manages to beat Ryzen 9 9900X, a 12-core 24-thread chip. Both the AMD Ryzen 9900X and Intel Core 7-65K should be the main competitor, as the Ryzen 7 and 700X lacks the multi-threading prowess to compete against i7's or Core Ultra 7. And if you can see here, the Ryzen 9 9950X Core 3359 in single core and the Core Ultra 265KF score 3219, but that's the old ones. And if you can see the new benchmark of 265K new, it scored 3186, whereas the AMD Ryzen 7950X score 2941 score in single thread. The AMD Ryzen 9 and 700X will instead be positioned against the Core Ultra 5-45K, and while gaming performance will be the primary focus, Intel would have the lead in multi-threading due to a similar situation of higher cores, 14 versus 8, despite having slightly lower threads. It should also be mentioned that the Core Ultra 7-65K sits right next to the Core i9 3900K, which is a 32-thread chip, and that is impressive. We obviously can't wait to test the new next-gen Intel Arrow Lake CPU lineup ourselves and show you the new competitive landscape in the coming month. The launch is expected to take place on the 24th of October, so stay tuned as we get closer.
Thank you.